Muertos project, we focused on cultural terms. A few terms we learned are ofrenda is an altar that is put up in homes to honor the dead. Cempasúchil is an orange marigold that is placed on the ofrenda.
We also learned about champurrado, which is a chocolate-based warm and thick Mexican drink. And pan de los muertos is a bread that represents the soul of the dead.
The Day of the Dead takes place in Mexico on November 1st and 2nd. It's all about celebrating the deceased family members. Their most popular Dia de los Muertos item is the calaveras. That's Spanish for sugar skulls. Sugar skulls are one of the very popular decorations during Dia de los Muertos. Mexicans have a contest every year to see who can make the best sugar skulls.
People spend about a 2-month income for their preparation of the holiday. At the end of the holiday, they go to the cemetery and have a celebration. Relatives help decorate the graves. They use flowers such as nube and mene de lon. The fragrance that comes from the flowers is believed to communicate with the spirits. Flower petals are left on the floor to lead the spirits home. Decorations are very important to the holiday. After decorating the graves, all the families in the cemetery celebrate Dia de los Muertos. This is a very important celebration to the Mexican culture.
Our general focus with our Dia de los Muertos poster was the history and general facts. We talked about the calaveras, tamales, the cemetery, and the ofrendas.
Calaveras are decorated skulls that are used to represent the deceased family members and get their children familiar with death. Also, the names of the children are put on the skull's forehead.
These are tamales. They may be set on the ofrenda. It may be the favorite food of the deceased person.
Ofrendas are put in homes to honor the deceased family members.
At the cemetery, people light candles, clean tombs, and sing and dance to reminisce their loved ones.
The Day of the Dead is a Mexican celebration where Mexicans celebrate their honored dead. This celebration is 2 days of food and music.
In the Day of the Dead, kids eat candy skulls called calaveras and spend 2 months' profit on candles, copal, and food, mostly panos de muertos, which is a bread made to represent a skull.
The ofrenda is a place covered in food and flowers of the dead, and a copal is an incense placed on the ofrenda.
They also spend time in the cemetery, playing music, participating in fun activities, and planting flowers.
Calaveras are skeletons that are usually given to the children to help them understand the concept of death. This celebration is very important to the Mexican culture and a very valuable.
We studied decorations for Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos means Day of the Dead and is celebrated on November 1st and November 2nd. November 1st is All Saints' Day, and November 2nd is All Souls' Day.
On November 2nd, people go to the graveyard and decorate with flowers. They dig holes and put the flowers in them, which are yellow marigolds. Yellow marigolds are placed on the altar. Pictures of saints and deceased relatives are also placed on the altar. Ofrendas are put in homes to honor their dead family members.
Dia de los Muertos specialties. Mole is a thick sauce made from chili peppers, sesame seeds, herbs, spices, and/or fruit. Champurrado is a chocolate-based drink that is used for the Dia de los Muertos celebration.
Nube is a flower in which is put on the ofrenda in cemeteries. Their fragrance is believed to communicate the richness of the offerings to the spirits. This is a sculpture of the calaveras. People use these to show their respect for cultural holidays. Calaveras are skeletons. They are a major feature of the holiday. Children get calaveras toys to play in order to become familiar with the concept of death.
Dia de los Muertos is the Day of the Dead, and it is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd.
Halloween is celebrated on October 31st, which is the eve of All Saints' Day.
November 1st is the day to remember the angelitos who have died, which are children or infants. November 2nd is the day to remember the adult spirits.
Halloween is the day when kids dress up to get candy and scare people.
People get ready for Dia de los Muertos by buying incense and flowers with 2 months' income.
People get ready for Halloween by decorating their houses with cobwebs and spiders.
People set up an ofrenda or an altar to honor the loved ones who have died.
People do activities such as pumpkin carving and having costume contests.
Day of the Dead traditions. Day of the Dead is very important to the Mexicans. They have lively reunions at the cemetery and people play music, plant flowers, and clean the graves. At night, food is cooked and candles are lit. When people are at the cemetery, the souls from the graves go to their houses.
The souls know when this is ready because copal is an incense burned on the Day of the Dead celebrations. Back at the cemetery, people drink champurados. This is a Mexican chocolate-based warm, thick drink.
At the cemetery, children laugh and play. They play with calaveras. These are toy skeletons. These help children become familiar with the concept of death.
At the houses an ofrenda is put up. It is used as an offering to the deceased family members. Again, copal is burned to let the dead know when everything is ready.
Candles are put on the ofrenda, one candle for each dead family member. The candles are usually yellow or white. Also on the ofrenda, they have photographs of the deceased family members.